Ancient Mesopotamia was a region composing of modern-day Iraq, Kuwait, and parts of Iran, Syria, and Turkey. It was home to some of the world's first civilizations, such as the Sumerians, Akkadians, and Babylonians. These civilizations flourished in the fertile valleys of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, which were known as the Cradle of Civilization. The main form of government in ancient Mesopotamia was a monarchy in which the ruler was an absolute dictator who held all the power and authority. The king was considered to be a divine figure chosen by the gods to rule over the people. He was the head of the government, the military, and the judiciary, and his word was law. In ancient Mesopotamia, the king was surrounded by a number of officials and advisors who helped him to rule the kingdom. These included the chief minister, who was the king's right-hand man and chief advisor, the chief scribe, who was responsible for keeping records and writing decrees, and the chief judge, who oversaw the legal system and dispensed justice. The king also had a number of other officials who helped him to rule the kingdom, including the chief of the army, who was responsible for leading the military, the chief of the treasury, who oversaw the collection and distribution of taxes, and the chief of the temple, who oversaw the religious affairs of the kingdom. In addition to these officials, the king was also supported by a council of nobles who advised him on the matters of state and helped to enforce his decisions. The council of nobles was made up of wealthy landowners, merchants, and other influential figures in the kingdom. Now, despite the absolute power of the king, ancient Mesopotamia was not a democracy. The people had absolutely no say in how they were governed, and they were subject to the will of the king and his officials. However, the people did have some rights and protections under the law, and the legal system was fairly advanced for its time. In ancient Mesopotamia, the legal system was based on a system of laws known as the Code of Hammurabi, which was one of the oldest legal codes in history. The code was a set of 282 laws that governed everything from property rights and contracts to criminal offences and punishments. The code was considered to be a fair and just legal system, and it was widely respected throughout the ancient world. Despite the power and authority of the king, ancient Mesopotamia was a highly decentralized society with a number of city-states that had their own governments and laws. These city-states were often in conflict with each other, and the overall king, known as a Lugal, had to work hard to maintain control over them. In conclusion, the main form of government in ancient Mesopotamia was a monarchy in which the ruler held absolute power and authority. The king was surrounded by a number of officials and advisors who helped him to rule the kingdom, and he was supported by a council of nobles. Despite the absolute power of the king, the legal system in ancient Mesopotamia was based on the Code of Hammurabi, which was a fair and just legal code. However, ancient Mesopotamia was a highly decentralized society with a number of city-states that had their own governments and laws. Thank you for watching and listening to our videos. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you've enjoyed. All sources are listed and linked in the description below. I've been the Ancient History Guy, and as always, I'll be seeing you later.